location in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina for this special edition of City Source. The reasons why we're here coming up. Also, big news from Irving, including this. Past meets future.
There you go.
Irving's Central Fire Station is now open. See all that's new and the tributes to history. Optimism and tears.
I've cried all week.
Because you're such a great dog.
Tears flow as an Irving family says goodbye to the puppy they raised, but find out how they are setting up Sparty for a bright future. Aviation inspiration.
I am ecstatic. 10 out of 10.
Aspiring pilots get a unique experience in a flight simulator. We have the reasons why. Plus the major supermarket coming to this land, and dozens of animals are in new homes after a big adoption event. Now on City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy in Charleston, South Carolina. Some of our ICTN team is here to talk government TV with our peers from across the country and attend workshops. It's the annual conference of NATOA, the National Association of Telecommunications Officers and Advisors. We'll have a little more about this event as well as the good news we received here at the end of today's show. But we begin with the grand opening of Irving's new Central Fire Station. We were at the grand opening that showcased a lot of history and tradition, along with the new building.
Now Irving has several trucks with 2 full-time firemen.
On the land where Irving's first fire station stood for decades, is now Irving's new Central Fire Station.
I'm really excited, and I hope the community is too.
It makes me feel safe.
This really shows Irving's commitment to our fire services.
They came in their outfits, they got to look around, and they loved it.
The Hernandez family checked out the brand new Engine 51 stationed here, and earlier they got to take part in a fire service tradition.
We have a traditional pushback ceremony.
Well, that goes way back to the horse and buggy days.
We will let the engine down, everyone gets to help dry it off, and then everyone gets to help push it in. And that's kind of the official start of the new apparatus.
They're excited to participate. I think it's important to teach your kids, like, hey, this is part of the community.
What we wanted to do was to build something that was iconic. It also adds a real component to the downtown areas. How do we build this sense of community in that downtown area? And what better way to do it than with a fire station?
He was one of the first people that were hired as a professional firefighter.
I went to work in 1955. And I worked till I was 77 years old.
This ceremony attracted a lot of retirees who worked here over the years, and they have plenty of stories to share.
It was so much fun because you were doing things that helped people, and I enjoyed that.
There is a lot of sentimentality attached to the old station, but the years had taken a toll. Also, it was too small to house modern fire engines. So when the city made the tough decision to demolish it, teams came up with a plan. Create a new Old Central.
We wanted to keep the historic aspect of what was here originally.
These bricks are from the old station. A lot of this stuff on the inside of here will be from the old station. Some of these lamps are from the old station.
And that old fire truck in there, I've made runs on it. It was a reserve when I hired on. Hang on the back, going down the road.
As Old Central develops, there'll be more and more artifacts in there.
This new fire station, it's not losing sight of where we came from as it goes into the future. It provides another level of service and public safety for our residents and allows us to be able to get there in time and their time of need and protect them, which is the most important thing.
And that is our commitment to you as residents to help ensure that we keep you as safe as possible.
To help with that quick response, the station has 2 traditional fire poles.
There you go.
So firefighters can get to their equipment in a hurry.
There's a lot of history involved with it, and it actually makes us go a little bit faster.
We used to, just for the heck of it, go head first. Don't ask me to do it now.
Current firefighters have all new facilities and will no doubt make all new memories as they serve the city.
We're really excited about the grand opening of this fire station.
Great to see that celebration, and there is more to come. Plans are progressing for a new Fire Station 8. It will be built on this land at 5601 Riverside Drive to better serve the growing number of residents and businesses in Las Colinas. My colleague Robert Sheik is also here in Charleston with some fun economic development news involving Envoy Airlines. Tell us about it.
Obviously, the tourism industry is a big part of the economy here in Charleston, and with views like this, it's really easy to see why, right? The city's proximity to DFW Airport means big things for Irving's tourism industry as well. We recently got an up-close look at how one Irving-based airline celebrated National Aviation Day.
20.
Aspiring pilot Elza Mace is landing a commercial jet for the first time.
Tell it to close hangar.
With one caveat, it was in here.
I am ecstatic. 10 out of 10.
Elza is one of a dozen people who work in the aviation industry that won a contest from Irving-based Envoy Air, a subsidiary of American Airlines Group.
That was incredible. It was everything I wanted and probably a little bit more too.
The contest, in celebration of National Aviation Day, gives winners the opportunity to jump in the captain's seat in a flight simulator at Avenger Flight Group, located in West Irving.
If aviation isn't in your family, you don't even know what it takes to become a pilot or what pilots in training go through.
500.
Going back and forth.
Inside the simulators, you completely forget you're still in a building in Irving.
It feels exactly like the plane.
Wherever you're ready, go ahead.
And sitting at the helm of this aircraft could be the runway for a future Envoy captain.
Getting in there today, probably very similar to me the first time I got in a sim, gives them that spark and the motivation that they need in order to kind of continue to pursue their dream.
Been shot out of a rocket. Oh my goodness, yeah.
That's certainly the case for Elza, who is more than eager for her career to take off.
I already want to be a pilot, but this just like times it by a million.
A simulated experience with real-world benefits taking flight soon.
Not only is Envoy Air headquartered in Irving, but the Avenger Flight Group Training Center is located off Valley View Lane and is one of the largest of its kind in North America, with pilots coming from across the country to train in Irving at a state-of-the-art facility.
Thanks, Robert. In other business news, H-E-B makes a big announcement. The retailer shared the news that it will build a store in Irving at Interstate 635 and Olympus Boulevard in front of the former Fry's Electronics store. H-E-B is expected to create about 700 local jobs. Construction is scheduled to start soon, and the opening is slated for late 2026. In a statement, Irving Mayor Rick Stover recognized all of the stakeholders who worked to make this possible. The announcement comes not long after we learned that H-E-B will build a Joe V Smart Shop in this location at State Highway 183 and Story Road. Joe V's is a value-based grocer. See more business and economic development news on our playlist at youtube.com/The City of Irving. Dozens of Irving animals are in new homes following the month-long adoption event called Clear the Shelters. Our team stopped by the Animal Care campus on the last day of the special. The Irving Animal Services team offered free pet ID tags and other surprises. We heard from some of the people finding a new friend.
This right here is Snowflake.
And that's
And
Oreo.
this is Oreo. They're siblings. And I picked up Snowflake first. And he just gave me the love I needed. And then she woke up and I couldn't put her down. And they just loved us, so we couldn't separate them. We all fell in love with them.
I do hope to come back and adopt another one because we got plenty of space for it, and these dogs, they deserve to have a home.
All animals deserve a good home. We have amazing animals here that are definitely need a loving home.
The nationwide campaign called Clear the Shelter started in Irving 10 years ago and saw a boost in awareness when NBC Universal joined the campaign. If you're still looking for a pet, we got you. Our Pet of the Week segment is coming up later. Now another story sure to touch the hearts of pet lovers. We have been happy to share many tales from Canine Companions in Irving. That nonprofit trains service dogs and places them with people and organizations that can really use their help. We met an Irving couple playing a key role in the process.
Okay, Sparty, was that fun?
Meet Sparty.
Sometimes we call him Spartacus.
Yeah.
Sparty came home with Wally and Sandy Tice about a year and a half ago.
See, he's just sleeping in his lap. Isn't that cute?
Since then, they have filled their phones with photos.
those eyes, and they're cute.
Happy memories, building bonds as this puppy's personality develops.
BALL motivated. If I say the word, we will have trouble.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't think there's anything he likes better than doing that. You left it up there.
But from the beginning, they knew it would not be forever.
Just thinking about it makes me tear up.
Side. Good boy.
That's because this Irving couple serves as volunteer puppy raisers for Canine Companions in Irving.
Volunteer puppy raisers at Canine Companions are really special people.
Shake. Yes.
They do the potty training, they do a lot of the basic skills, and socialize them out and about in the world to really lay the foundation for that dog's future training.
Pretty smart, aren't you?
So you bet I am. You bet I am.
Along with teaching tasks, Sparty requires a lot of care.
Let's brush your teeth. Come on, open your mouth.
Including daily toothbrushing.
And I have to say, I have made a mistake and used his toothbrush in my mouth. I'm not proud of that, but I have reached over and gone, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have that in my mouth.
Thank goodness they're cute because they're pretty hard, right? You almost got it, buddy.
They and other volunteers get support here in puppy class at the Canine Companions campus.
Each week, puppy class is different. This week, we're working on public greetings.
Yes. And this is what she's been anticipating, so we're gonna reward the heck out of this.
With a lot of basic skills mastered,
She's doing great. Shake.
puppy raisers and the energetic puppies return to campus for an emotional day. It is time for matriculation.
These 24 puppies and puppy raisers will say their last goodbyes.
I've cried all week.
Yeah, because you're such a great dog.
You know, you get them when they're 8 weeks old. So, and you watch them grow up like this.
This is a new exciting chapter for these puppies as they begin their real service life in their life-changing career.
Those dogs are gonna spend the next 6 to 9 months here with our instructors on our staff and building on the skills that the puppy raisers started.
Up next is Sparty, raised by Sandy and Wally Theis of Irving, Texas.
Just before this moment, they offered a message to Sparty.
Make us proud.
Yeah, definitely make us proud.
On the same day as matriculation, other dogs are graduating after completing advanced training.
You may now pass the leash.
See, this is why we're doing it, It's just helping so many people.
You know, that you're raising it for the person that's going to have that dog.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
I guess that's the best testimony is going through that. We'll do it again.
Until they get their next puppy to raise, they have a lot of memories of Sparty, loving moments, unexpected moments,
That's kind of lap, but we didn't say lap, but.
and optimism that Sparty will serve, making an impact through Canine Companions in Irving.
It's just a great service and it's really rewarding.
You may know that Irving has 2 dogs from Canine Companions. Both Ritter and Jetta work at the police department's Family Advocacy Center. The team there says the dogs make a world of difference. Irving's Lady Bird Johnson Middle School welcomed some VIP visitors.
Those rooms and through experiences.
U.S. Congressman Mark Vesey and FCC Commissioner Jeffrey Starks visited classes focusing on robotics and even artificial intelligence. Their visit was designed to draw attention to the Affordable Connectivity Program, which provided discounted broadband to eligible households. Federal funding ran out over the summer, but Congressman Vesey and other lawmakers are working to get it restored.
Why should them being able to be curious and then being able to learn about robotics stop when the bell rings here at 4 p.m.? They should be able to go home and continue to learn about robotics and be able to do their homework and enhance what they've learned in the classroom here.
All of our students have the devices, and they have them both here at school and at home. Our issue is once they do get home, whether they have that connectivity or not. And so what we know is the ACP program has really assisted our students, our families, to stay connected, be able to do their homework.
We can't let this slide. We can't go backwards. We've got to get back to connecting Americans everywhere where they are, and in particular, that starts with our youngest students.
In Texas, more than 1.7 million households were enrolled in the Affordable Connectivity Program. A special event that the city of Irving has hosted for years draws an important crowd of leaders to discuss infrastructure. We attended the summit to hear why they believe investment in infrastructure is so important.
2024 Puppy Class is different. It's 2024 Puppy Class. 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 It's 20
Talking transportation, infrastructure investment, and more, leaders gather for the Infrastructure Summit hosted by the City of Irving and the North Texas Commission at the Irving Convention Center.
Well, I'm happy that we're having it again. Irving has always been a leader in transportation.
It's a fantastic opportunity for Irving, bringing in all of these people who are really, at the heart of infrastructure, transit, utilities.
It's always good for us to get together and talk about transportation and water. Those are two of the main things that really affect the day-to-day operation of everything in the city.
It's great to come back to a sellout crowd for this anniversary.
This year's keynote celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Regional Transportation Council.
RTC has been instrumental in advancing every major transportation project in the city of Irving over the last 50 years.
We take great pride at the Regional Transportation Council on focusing on outcomes every day, trying to get more outcomes implemented. For now, the 8 million. When I started, 2 million people in the region, soon to be 12 million people in the region.
Other major topics in focus during the two-day summit include the water supply.
The quality of water and the conservation of water is very important.
Also, the connections between infrastructure and economic development.
Transportation and infrastructure and economic development go hand in hand.
We know the corporations, when they're looking to come to North Texas, and there's a lot of them, they want to make sure that we have the infrastructure in place to handle the traffic, to handle the light rail, the mass transit, that their workers and the citizens demand from their employers.
We're the center of where all the employment is. We're the center where all the jobs are. And transportation is key for any future employers and current employers.
Building, maintaining, and updating infrastructure takes a lot of investment, which is one reason people here believe all residents should stay engaged on this topic.
You hit a great point, Thomas. The cost of doing these things is enormous. And unfortunately, the way that they can start and be finished is today for the future, which means you and I pay a little more dollars because that's what it's going to cost and what it's going to take to build the infrastructure for the future.
Here at the Infrastructure Summit, leaders network and learn the latest. Solutions that may benefit communities and collaborations that can make a difference.
That's how you get things done. You can't build anything on your own, so it requires TxDOT, DART, RTC, the city, and other cooperation, FTA, feds. TxDOT just requires a whole realm of people to get a project completed.
They are planning for the future and talking a lot about Irving at the annual Infrastructure Summit.
It's a wonderful event, and it allows us, the city of Irving, to showcase the successes that we've had with economic development and transportation, and just gives us a chance to showcase our community.
And check this out. The Irving Convention Center has a bigger and bolder sign at the State Highway 114 access road entrance. It replaces one that had been dwarfed by development around it. The new sign is 35 feet tall with a 9 by 16 foot video screen. Now to another big screen. The Movies on Main series is taking place each Friday night in September in Heritage Park, and you still have a few more chances to turn out. The movies will be played on the screen in Heritage Park, so it's a good idea to bring a blanket or lawn chair. Organizers also recommend making a night of it by eating at one of the restaurants in the Heritage District or at one of the on-site vendors. The movies start at 7:30 p.m. While we check out historic sites in Charleston, a nod to history at home. The city of Irving is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Mustangs of Las Colinas. You may have already noticed the Mustangs Memories series that kicked off earlier this month. People are sharing their stories and memories on social media and at mustangsoflascolinas.com. The 40-day celebration culminates with sunset on the plaza on October 18th at 6 p.m. at the Mustangs of Las Colinas Museum and Visitor Center. It will feature music, hors d'oeuvres, and a special toast on the plaza at sunset. ICTN is offering residents a new way to watch your city government in action. Meetings of the Irving City Council, including work sessions, Planning and Zoning Commission, Building and Standards Commission, and other special meetings, are now streamed live in high definition on our YouTube channel. As we remind you often, because we really want you to know, you can find us at youtube.com/thecityofirving. ICTN's Game of the Week is back. As the Friday night lights shine, here's the lineup of games our team will be covering during this football season. All of the games on your screen will be live on our YouTube channel. My colleague Robert Sheik is back with me now, Stefan Sylvie behind the camera, and we are very happy to share the news that ICTN just picked up 23 national awards.
It happened here at the Government Programming Awards in Charleston, South Carolina. We also got some valuable education by taking part in a day-long storytelling workshop, learning some new animation techniques, and a whole lot more. In the exhibit hall, we checked out new technology. All of this is part of the annual conference of NATOA, the National Association of Telecommunications Officers and Advisors. We had a very busy and productive 3 days here in Charleston.
Welcome to ICTN's Pets of the Week, and people sometimes ask us, why are you always showing dogs? Do you have something against cats? Absolutely not. That's why Egan from Irving Animal Services brought out Sweetness today, and Sweetness seems to live up to her name.
Yeah, Sweetness is a 9-month-old domestic short-haired tabby cat. She actually came to us through our TNR program, but ended up being very sweet and not feral at all. So we decided to put her on a stray hold and then ultimately fix her and put her up for adoption. So she is available for adoption today.
You mentioned TNR program. For people who aren't familiar with that, explain that.
Yeah, so TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, Release. So you can trap a feral cat within the Irving community, bring it to the shelter, and we will spay, neuter, rabies vaccinate it, and our officers will actually return it to the address it was trapped at.
And so how does that help kind of control the cat population?
Absolutely. So it helps with preventing overpopulation of feral cats in the community, because Irving does have a lot of feral cats. And it also helps animals make sure that they're up to date on their rabies vaccine and make sure they're healthy and happy. So all of our feral cat communities stay healthy, make sure there's no spread of diseases, and everybody's okay.
And when we talk about that initiative, I also want to bring up Clear the Shelters. That was a big success.
It was
how that went.
Amazing day. We had 43 total adoptions just on Saturday, which is crazy. 6 of our large dogs found a new home, and then obviously the majority is small dogs, and puppies and cats got homes as well. We actually doubled our numbers, a little over doubled our numbers from last year. So great success. I think we're heading in the right direction, and we definitely clear the shelter this year.
That's good to hear. But already with that success, there are still a lot of dogs, a lot of cats here who need homes.
Oh, 100%. And we still have a lot of puppies that are available for adoption. We still have a lot of large dogs, and we're still kind of getting full in cats again. So definitely stop by. You never know who you might meet or take home.
All right, Egan, good information indeed. And the Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for the latest operating hours and to see more adoptable animals. We have a lot coming up for you on the next edition of City Source. We'll be covering the Golden Sneaker Game. See all of the fun and healthy activity happening at the Heritage Senior Center. Also, meet a family that has made tracks in Irving history through racing. Those stories and much more next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe today so you don't miss anything. And while you're there, hit that like button on the videos you watch and leave us some positive comments. And look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. And that's it for this special edition of City Source from beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.